shit. How's it going, people? Good to have you in the building. Good to have you in the building, man. I got some heavy game to spit. Then I'm going to dialogue with you all. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes for people to get in here. Then I want to start the monologue. Okay. Tonight we're talking about sexy, attractive men never fear cold approaching. Okay. Something that needs to be talked about. There was someone I dialogued back and forth with in the comments today. He was saying a bunch of fucking silly shit. So I figured this is a topic I need to address, man. Sex symbol men never fear cold approaching. All right. Get everything set up here in the chat. What's going on here? All right, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna let the viewership step up a little bit. Who was that? Lucrative Wills. What's up? What's up? Xander Cage, what's the deal, man? About to get to this monologue in a second. I'm gonna let some more people trickle in. Then we're gonna get right to this game. All right, man. Good to see you all here. Let me just try to get my computer working here. And I can get everything set up in the chat, then I'm gonna get right to the monologue, man. Let me shout y'all out. Uh can we get a magic trick? What the fuck you talking about? Y'all wild, man. Daz9 made it to your live early. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Haven't done the monologue yet, man. So I'm about to get started here in a second. I'm about to get started. We're talking about tonight sex symbol men never fear cold approach. Thought it would be dope. Magic trick. I don't do magic. I just spit magical game. All right, let me get to this chat real quick so I can put in my donation information. You all don't forget to donate super chat, okay? Cash App Matthew C. Horne, right? On Cash App, and you can also super chat as well. I'm about to set everything up in the chat real quick. And then I'll get started. See what else we got here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to get started, man. I'm about to spit this game. Sex symbol men. I never fear cold approaching. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm about to get this started. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that. Luis Torres, thank you for your support, man. Thank you so much, man. Okay. Right. About to get this thing started in about 30 seconds, okay? About to spit this game. Sex symbol men never fear cold approaching. Let me put all the support information in the chat. All right. And let me pin this. All right. My support information is in the chat now. It's pinned to the top. So let me get this thing started, man. But let me shout everybody out first before I get started. Okay, we got Dad's jeez, man, what's going on with my computer? There we go. Lucrative Wheels, what up, bro? That one guy you can't catch live action. What up? What up? What's good, Matthew? My brother, that's Xander Cage. Much love to you, man. And then we got M. Blesso asking for the magic trick. You wild for that, man. I got this magical game, all right? Magical game. I'm about to spit it right now. Made it to you live early, Dash 9. Thanks for having you in the building. Thankful to have you in the building, brother. Then we got Fusion Noel. Much love to you. Yeah, yeah. Code approach. We're about to talk about this, man. We have to take a dive into it. One of my subscribers was talking kind of reckless to me on one of my shorts earlier. And I saw through the lies, man. Men that claim that women just approach them all the time. It happens to me. It's happened, at different periods of time in my life. It still happens. But no, if you have successful women, then code approaching is definitely a part of your game because you're always getting favorable outcomes. But I'm gonna get to the monologue. Let me finish shouting everybody out. Cosmo Talks. What's up, man? And that's it, man. Make sure y'all hit the support, man. The Cash App information. Order my books if you haven't ordered them already. And what else do we have? Dating coaching, man. You all need to hit me up for your one-on-ones with the dating coaching. Now, my email is pinned to the top of the chat as well if you want to get with me for coaching. All right, let me go ahead and get things started, man. Thank you to everyone who's here, man. I hope I shouted you all out. Sex symbol men never fear cold approaching. And once again, I'll tell you how this topic came about. I did make a short and I posted it where I talked about never concerning yourself with a woman's disinterest. And then one of my subscribers talked about how, code approaching means that you're putting the woman above you, you're selling yourself to her, and you're just putting yourself in an inferior position. And the subscriber was trying to act as if women just approach him and, code approaching is beneath him and things like that. But I saw through his lies because if you if you have favorable experiences with women, then there's only one unilateral thing that a sex symbol man is concerning his mind with when it comes to women. That's the red beam of lust in her eyes. Whether she approaches him, whether he approaches her, he will not overextend himself because he will not go beyond the lack of lust if it is present. See, if a woman lusts a man who's a sex symbol, that's his invitation to further the conversation. See, a woman can approach you and you can just be iced out that day. You can have on the right outfit. She might even see the car you pull up in. Just because a woman approaches you doesn't mean that her intentions are going to work out in your favor. So there's really no separation between a cold approach or a woman approaching you because ultimately you dictate if the conversation is going to progress based on the intentions that you have with that woman, and is she showing you that she has the same intentions for you that you desire for her to have for you? So that's why code approaching it's a part of the sex symbol man's game, and that's why he doesn't fear the code approach because if you're a sex symbol, you're having so many favorable experiences with women, whether you code approach or whether they approach you, that you're not afraid to code approach. And if a woman is not attracted to you and she doesn't have lust in her eyes and receptivity, you just do away with her. And once you do away with her, there's no bruised ego because your ego is not involved. She's forgettable. She's a memory. And she's a memory because there's a presence of so many women in your life that have given you the exact experience that you desire at hello. See, a sex symbol, the only thing that by virtue of his tolerance, your life experiences create and dictate your tolerances. So if your life experience is elevating yourself to your best, looking your best, having the best aspirations and not just allowing them to be aspirations, but realities. You put effort behind your dreams and desires. That man is at the top of the food chain. He's at his precipice. That man is automatically a sex symbol because he's giving his best. And women energetically and physically perceive a man that is at his best. They offer themselves to him. So if your reality is that women are offering themselves to you on a regular basis, then you don't have the tolerance to accept anything less than pure lust and desire from any woman. See, a man that is afraid to cold approach is because his ego is involved. There's too many memories of women not desiring him. So he doesn't want to create a new memory. So he avoids the space of cold approaching altogether because he doesn't have enough recent memory staying in his mind to counteract any rejection that he faces. A true sex symbol does not exist in ego. A true sex symbol is he's fearless because he understands that women do not owe him attraction. See, the men who are the most unattractive happen to be the most egotistical because they're trying to protect their egos, which are fragile because they have the memory of women rejecting them. And instead of using that memory to take an inventory of themselves and how they can make themselves more appealing and more attractive, no, they go further inward and get away from everything. They become more recluse. I'm not going to cold approach. I'm barely going to go out because I don't want to feel that sting of a woman not being attracted to me. That's why men are afraid to cold approach. You're afraid of a no. But the know-how and the knowledge to create the yes is when you bypass your ego, you put yourself out there, and some women are going to tell you no. But see, an accumulation of no's is going to give you the clues of how to create the yes. And so a lot of men, they're not able to create a yes from a woman because they're too far in their ego to go out there and fall in their face and learn some lessons about attractiveness and what women respond to. So your ego ultimately is going to rob you, and you're going to say things like, I'm afraid to cold approach, or I'm too good to cold approach. Women just approach me. See, this is how I know men are lying when they say that shit. Because if you're truly a sex symbol man, you've had some amazing experiences, quote unquote, cold approaching women. As a sex symbol, as the gentleman, who challenged me, who's a subscriber of mine, I actually told him to find another dating coach because he's too far gone for me to help him. He's that far gone in his delusion and his lies. But the gentleman was saying that women just he doesn't have to cold approach and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is when you are a true sex symbol, you've had so many memorable, favorable experiences with women from cold approaching that it's an automatic part of your repertoire. See, the dude was saying that by approaching a woman, that the next thing you have to do is sell yourself to a woman, and that's false. That is completely false. Sex symbol men never sell themselves to anyone. They present themselves. They give women the opportunity to inhale the magnitude of man that is in front of them, that is likely a departure from the man that they deal with and witness on a regular basis. A cold approach from a sex symbol man is a complete opportunity for any woman. It's an opportunity for her to better her life, to get into the presence of a man that's mastered himself, and to experience the subsequent outcomes of a man that is in the designed position to lead her. A sex symbol man is not afraid to get in the vicinity of any woman, to approach any woman, because he knows he's a better option than what she normally deals with on a regular basis. And you can see the options that they have through the residue that's in their life. In our community, 29% are ever projected to get married. 14% are going to get married and make it past 5 years. Epidemics. 78% of children are born out of wedlock. 90% of women are going to have a child, and 78% are going to be born out of wedlock. What kind of men are they dealing with to get these dismal fucking outcomes in life? So why would you be afraid to cold approach a woman when you're the opportunity that she's been waiting for if she has her head on straight? If she doesn't want to be a part of the epidemics that are working against her? If she's conditioned herself and improved herself to recognize a elevated, amplified man that loves himself, that has a trail of results that surround him, that reflect the man that he's become. You're her departure. So why the hell would you be afraid to cold approach a woman, no matter how beautiful she is? They all have the same dismal outcomes. So why would you be afraid to cold approach? Why would you be afraid to cold approach? When you're supposed to be, if you're the real sex symbol man, if you take yourself seriously and you love yourself, you're supposed to be an elevated experience that is able to be recognized from hello. Why would you deprive a woman of that? And that's what you do when you go into your ego and say, "Oh, I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid." That's all your ego is. All the men who don't want to code approach, you're making fear-based propositions. And fear-based propositions make sure that you're always moving backwards in life. Because even if you do something that you haven't accomplished and you're making a faith-based proposition, meaning you're bypassing your fear, there's nothing but personal growth that's on the other side of that and better outcomes. And so you're robbing yourself when you say, I don't code approach. You're robbing yourself of the best experiences that you can possibly have because those experiences are on the other side of your fears. And then the clues of how to create the yes are right there. And this is how I know that guy was lying. The subscriber that was trying to challenge me when I posted the short earlier. He says that once again, cold approaching is selling yourself to a woman. See, the thing is this, right? Let me get real with this sex symbol thing right here. When you step to a woman and there's a red beam of lust coming from her eyes, there's no opportunity to sell the woman because she's already sold on you. And how do you know the woman is sold on you? I'll give you an example of a real sex symbol, me, not this goofy motherfucker that made me make this video. And I really hope he unsubscribes from my channel because some people are just too far gone, man. Lying and manipulating. This channel is for people who want to get better, people who are honest with themselves about where they are and want to take the necessary steps and progressions to get to where they want to be. I'm your answer. But the people who want to come on here and lie, manipulate, and act like they're something that they're not, go somewhere else. There's enough fake motherfuckers in this space. There's enough pretenders. There's enough people who don't know what they're talking about. There's enough people who are um, putting women on pedestals that can teach you how to do the same thing. If you don't want to improve yourself, my channel isn't for you. But let me tell you about the experiences of a real sex symbol and not this goofy motherfucker that I was dialoguing with earlier, right? This is how it goes for a real sex symbol. You step to a woman, and I use this example in a dialogue before I hit her from the channel, right? There was a woman, she was in DC celebrating her 27th birthday. And it was the let out time. And we were just out in front of the club. I saw her, I got close to her and said, "Hey, how you doing?" She looked up at me and it wasn't much dialogue. She grabbed me by the hand. We went out in traffic because all her girls were all over the place. She was visiting from out of town. We rounded up her girls and we all hopped in my car. They got something to eat real quick and we went back to the Airbnb. And she took me by the hand and said, "You're not going anywhere." So where is the space for rejection once a woman is already sold on you? And I've had that happen a million times, man. And that girl, we had a good weekend while she was here in DC. We spent every day together. And then we ended up talking when she got back home and we were, maybe moving towards a relationship, but things just kind of fell apart. But this is a woman in the prime of her beauty, celebrating her 27th birthday. If you ever seen Tisha Campbell, Gina from Martin, she looked like her, but prettier. It was no dialogue. And see, the men that claim that, oh, all these women just stepped to me and uh, I don't cold approach because so many women approach me. Most of those men are just full of shit, man. Because if you're a sex symbol man, how the hell can you be afraid to cold approach? Yeah, some women aren't going to be attracted to you, but then you're going to cold approach and have some incredible experiences where sex is the woman's idea, and there's no opportunity to sell yourself to her because she's already sold on you. So all the men who are afraid to cold approach, man, or who claim they don't have to, I see through you. And I'm a man that's had hundreds of women step to me, and we step off and do what we do. So I'm not I don't have to totally rely on cold approaching, but what I'm saying is I've had some amazing experiences cold approaching. If you have amazing experiences doing something, but women offer themselves to you, you don't have to give them an offering. They take one look at you and it's pure lust and desire. Why the hell would you not do it? It doesn't make any sense. That's why I can see through the men who say, "Well, I don't have to cold approach." No, because you're not attractive. All you're saying, you're not attractive enough to cold approach. You're not attractive enough for a woman to take one look at you after you step to her and you present yourself and you don't sell yourself. And that woman's like, "Let's get out of here." Let me tell you one of the craziest stories, man. Now I'm gonna get to the comments, man. I'll tell you one of the craziest stories that happened that's quote unquote cold approaching, right? So I was out up in this club, right? I just came from a radio station, did an interview, took some pictures, all that kind of stuff, man. I went straight to the catch the tail end of the happy hour at one of the most popping clubs in DC. And so I get up in there. I'm around, some familiar faces. I would go out a little bit more back into this particular place. And there's this little red bone chick. If you know me, you know I like them little light skinned chicks, man. And there's 50 swinging dicks coming at this girl, trying to get at her, trying to fuck her. You know how it is in that environment, right? And so this chick singles me out. I'm standing, I'm just about to get a drink. It's a couple guys around me. She comes and puts herself right in front of me. So I already peeped the energy. She wanted me to talk to her, but that's technically still a cold approach because she didn't initiate it. She didn't start the conversation. I still started the conversation. So it's me and her. And then a dude I know saw me talking to her, and then he tried to talk to the girl. She brushed him off, man. And so she totally fixated on me. And this is the wildest thing, probably one of the wildest things that's ever happened, man. I'm at the bar and we're talking. She pulls out her STD results on her phone. She had just got tested. And she shows me that she doesn't have anything. How the hell do you think that evening ended? We got up out of there, went back to my spot, and we got to it from cold approaching. So I see through you. If you claim that your only medium of getting women is women just approaching you and this and that, I don't believe you. I don't believe you because there's so many other women that are going to be congruent with the level of desire that a woman that approaches you have if you approach her. Once again, the sex symbol man is never fearful of a cold approach because it's all the same. There's no separation between cold approaching and women approaching you. There's no separation whatsoever, meaning that there's the same red beam of lust coming from the woman's eyes, whether you approach her or whether she approaches you. And when you know that there's no separation, then your natural inclination is to approach when you see a woman that's extremely attractive. Let's talk about this, man. What do you all have in the comments, man? You all can ask me anything you want to ask me. I'm going to stay on here maybe another 20, 25 minutes or so. To keep me on here, you all are going to have to donate. Only one person's donated. My Cash App information is here. So if y'all want to keep me here, man, y'all make sure y'all donate, man. But let me go through these comments. Let's see. Cosmo, what's up? What's up? We got no limit. Do you think it's possible for sex symbol men to have female friends? I'll come back to that. Women be choosing on site. Yes, sir, Mr. Midnight. Yes, they do. So if you know that and that's your experience, and you're meeting women and having sex with them immediately from cold approaching, why would you not do it? It's idiotic. Yeah, man. Appreciate off the love, man. You're gonna continue to get my best, man. You're gonna continue to get my best. You're gonna continue to get my best. My goal is to get better for you all consistently, man. Yeah, Foster and Noel, bro, too far. Yeah, that dude does not need to be a part of this channel. Sellout. Hamza the Alchemist, facts. Foster Noel, facts. Shut up, you criminal. You're a criminal. I don't know what this is about. Man, oh shit, what happened? Man's supposed to step first anyway. Yeah. Take some initiative out here. I mean, think about how you're afraid to step to a woman, right? Because you fear rejection. Think about all of the other opportunities that you could be ready for, that you could be aligned with, that you're going to miss out on if you're afraid to approach them. That's the whole premise of this book right here. Approach her, she's waiting. How to get beautiful women and everything else you want from life. Check out my website, www.matthewchorne.com to get it. But the whole premise of the book is her is anything that you believe is beyond your grasp in life. And if you approach enough women, enough opportunities, you're going to find out that they're not as far away as you perceive them to be. That's why it's beneficial to cold approach because you'll find the exact things that are for you and you'll find out that there's really not no separation between you and the things that you want, except for the separation that you create in your mind. That's a loser mindset to say, I'm not going to cold approach. That's going to bleed into other areas of your life. And there's other opportunities that could be for you, but you're not going to step to them and think that shit is just supposed to fall in your lap. It doesn't work that way, man. These dudes be bugging. How supposed to get women without approaching? Yeah. I mean, there's other ways. If you're extremely attractive, like they'll step to you, but still, cold approaching has to be in the repertoire, man. She choosing. Okay, who's this? Foster Noel. You said this is one of your videos. Let the universe tell you no. Yeah, exactly. The Cash App is pinned to the top of the chat. Matthew C. Horne. All right. I've already pinned that to the top of the chat. Let me make sure it's pinned. It's pinned. All right. So who is that? That was False Noel. You hit the Cash App, man. Y'all got to keep me on here. I'm going through the comments now. If y'all don't donate, I can't be giving this much of my time like this, man. I need y'all to step up and donate. How do you interpret women coming back to engage you after saying things like "we'll see" or "I'm on my period" when you were direct the first time? Don't accept them back. I talked about that in my dating coach community on the school platform tonight. How a woman just did that to me on Sunday. What was it? Saturday? Yeah, that was Saturday, and she gave me all the good vibes, but I was like, yeah, we should get together. She said, we'll see. And then she tried to like get with me at the end of the night. And I was like, nah, because a woman that says we'll see is not a woman you want to be with, man. So just leave her alone, bro. Let me read that again. How do you interpret women coming back? Nah, that she's coming back to do some fuck shit, man. This let her be, man. Well, if she said she was on her period, then maybe that's understandable. But somebody that said we'll see, nah. All right, let's see. Yeah, yeah, the bro you're talking probably relies on dating apps only. Getting chose does not always go anywhere. I've looked good all my life, but confidence from my identity is what I'm seeking. That's it, Chris. I'm with you on that. No limit. Never been afraid to code approach. Not the smoothest talker either, and I'll still pull up. Hell yeah, man! Because you become a smooth talker by engaging in the activity of code approaching, man. Like you're going to find out. You're going to say things, and you're going to see how women respond to them, and then you're going to refine your approach because you're going to do more of what the women are responding to on a favorable basis. But you can't do more of something that you don't have an awareness of. So that means that code approaching has to be a part of your repertoire if you want to improve your outcomes with women. Peace, black man. Peace to you, Bernard Scott. Brian Renard Davis told the lady I just met, let's date for 30 minutes. And if it don't work out, let's break up. She laughed and tied up and said, yeah, you gotta talk that shit, man. Hey, don't discount jokes and comedy, man. It disarms women. Like, a lot of women are a little reserved because so many guys are stepping to them and so many guys are afraid of rejection. Like women, they got a few things going in them and through their mind by the time you cold approach them. But when you have jokes and comedy, it shows that you're not afraid to lose them, and it shows that you're at ease with yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I start things off with women. I'll just say some funny shit. Like there was a woman in a food line outside of the spot, near one of the clubs I go to. I rode up on her. It was her and her friend. I was like, "Hey, let me see y'all receipt. Make sure y'all ordered the right thing." And they just started laughing, and we had a little conversation. So you just be charismatic. Be funny. Explain something for me. I don't mind code approaching, but for example, I complimented a girl's fit. She said, "Thank you," and smiled. I didn't pursue the convo past that energy was low. She hovered though. There you go. Okay. Hey, look, man, I'm giving y'all a game in real time. Are y'all gonna donate or am I gonna shut this live down, man? Like, seriously. Thank you. Fausto, thank you for your donation, man. I need to see some more of these coming through. I'm spitting game in real time. This is what people pay me $300 an hour to do, man. If you want to know that, that's how much my coaching costs, man. 300 an hour. and like people pay it around the clock. So I'm spitting game to you in real time. I'm answering your questions. Some of y'all step up and just give a few, a few dollars or something, something significant to keep me here. I'm spitting game. I'm answering your questions. Like, come on. But thank you again for your donation. The one that just came through on my Cash App. Thank you. So let me get that. Complimented the girl's fit. She said thank you and smiled. I didn't pursue past that. See that? Yeah, if she said thank you and smile, okay, depending on her energy and her body language, you could have extended the conversation, right? If she said thank you and smile and she turned away from you, then more than likely just walk away. But if she said thank you and smiled and she kept her body turned towards you and she was looking you in your eyes, that was an invitation to extend the conversation. So it's not the it's not the spoken conversation that matters, it's the unspoken conversation. And if you feel like her energy was low, then you did the right thing. But a lot of times, like we're so used to women being on like so much goofy and stupid shit that like we'll tell ourselves the situation is a little worse than what it actually is. So a lot of times, if a woman smiles and she says thank you, insert the next comment, right? Insert something to keep the conversation going. And if she's standoffish after you say the next thing, then just roll out. But just explore. You don't have anything to lose. If she's blatantly like, if she would just would have said, if she would have, if she just would have said thank you and didn't smile and turned away from you and started doing some other shit, like she's brushing you off. But it sounds like she didn't brush you off if she smiled and said thank you. So maybe it was worth just one more depth of engagement. That might have been why she lingered. She might have been interested and she was trying to give you an opportunity to keep the conversation going. So you have to read in between it. Like I would rather say one more thing and get rejected than to not say the next thing out of fear when it's unclear whether she's interested or not. So that take your ego out of it, man. Push the boundaries and see the level of interest that she has. That's what sex and women do. All right, y'all. I'm real. I'm for real, man. I need to donate some more, man. I got my Cash App and PayPal and everything pinned to the top of the chat, man. Yes, and y'all can super chat as well. Okay, what's the next comment? Do you pursue or just go after something that desires you more? I mean, sexing women don't pursue women, they present themselves to women, right? To pursue something that means it's moving away from you. If you're a sex symbol, you're used to women moving towards you. So the way that you deal with women is based on the memories that are staying in your mind, right? So if a woman is requiring you to pursue her, thank you for the super chat, Xander Cage. Appreciate that. If you are used to dealing with women that are making you pursue them, then you're used to women moving away from you. And that's a problem. That means that you're moving away from yourself because you haven't found yourself. A man who is grounded in himself. Devontae Coles, thank you so much, man. See, this is what I like to see, man. Thank you so much. See, if you all value what I have to say and I'm spitting this game and answer your questions in real time, y'all need to step up, man. So that was Delonte Coles. I hope you got your name correct. He just dropped the 20 on the Cash App, man. Y'all step up and donate. Shout out to you, Xander Cage. But let me get back to this, right? So if you are open to pursue a woman, then all that means is that you're moving away from yourself. If you're grounded in yourself, then you're incapable of moving towards a woman that's moving away from you. So, sex and women, they don't pursue women. They present themselves, they read the energy, and they see if the energy reflects the opinion that they have of themselves. And is it staying in his mind? Does her energy match the energy of women that have given you favorable experiences that is staying in your mind? That's something you have to think about. So if I'm stepping to a woman and I have a recent memory or I have stained memories of hundreds of women who are very receptive as soon as I step to them or they step to me and we had sex immediately and it was good energy and things like that. If that's staying on my mind, then automatically I don't have the tolerance for a woman who's not giving me the energy that I'm giving to her. So the deeper question is that you have to examine yourself and your level of attractiveness if you're willing to engage in a situation where a woman is moving away from you. Because if you're attractive enough, you have too many memories of what it's like for women to choose you. See, this is how I know, there's a lot of men around me. They see how easily things come to me as far as women. And then they try to compete with me and they try to act like things are the same for them as they witness that they are for me. But what exposes them is their willingness to go beyond a woman's resistance. So that's why, the player and the sex symbol can never be side by side. So you just have to examine yourself and work on your attractiveness, and then your tolerance is going to change. And you won't be able to entertain women that you have to pursue. Let's see what else is going on here, man. Y'all step up and donate while I'm reading these comments and replying to them. Complimented. She said, "Thank you, smile." Okay. What else we got here? I appreciate you making a video on my semen retention comment, Minister. Keep giving the supreme wisdom. You're saving lives. Thank you so much, Christopher, man. Thank you for the inspiration and thank you for asking that question. Yeah, it definitely sparked something. And it's a conversation that needed to be had, man. And I appreciate you sparking that conversation. That's Christopher Johnson. Much love to you, man. Do you pursue or just go after something that desires you more? We already answered that. Don Coolio Sway, Sir C. Horn, what's up, baby? Lessons to the game. That's the Ty West show, man. Much love to you. How about in the gym? Look, man, if that chick is giving you that energy, then you step to her. But in a gym, like you don't want to get kicked out of the gym. A woman can say you're harassing her and all that stuff. So in a gym, a woman literally has to serve it on a platter. Like I wouldn't do a bunch of cold approaching in the gym because you could lose your membership, bro. But just out in public, walking to the bus, grocery store, gas pump, nightclub, happy hour, networking event. Those are the places, man. Justin's account. How about in the gym? Okay, we just answered that. Off the love. This is real school. Yes, sir, man. You're gonna continue to get my best. Can you please make a comment on the insults one can expect when you work on yourself? Men and women have started calling me selfish, gay, full of myself. I thought I would be celebrated. Okay, I'll answer that for you. I want to see some more donations come through. Come on, y'all. Step up, man. Step up, bro. I'll answer that for you. I'm going to make a video on that. I might make it tonight about like jealousy and envy and all of the things that happen when you improve yourself and elevate into a sex symbol man. So that was already on my radar. But just while I'm here, um, when you work on yourself, your atmosphere is going to reconfigure, it's going to realign itself. Everything that was once comfortable around you is challenged when you reflect something that they aspire to, but they don't have the discipline to set that thing in motion and get there. So you're going to make some people uncomfortable, and that's when people insult you, and they're going to shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Like Kevin Samuels told us about sign language, and sign language is for people who have low quality and low life aspirations. And all you're doing is making low quality people uncomfortable. And that's what you're supposed to do when you make quality decisions and quality changes in your life. This is a natural progression. And the only thing you're supposed to do is distance yourself from those people. That's it, man. You can't continue to move forward and move up and ascend in life and have energy that is working against you in your presence. I don't care. It could be family, friends, co-workers. You make your presence sparse, and if possible you separate yourself from them because you want your atmosphere to be reserved for people who celebrate you. You thought they would celebrate you, but when you improve, all you can see is the truth of how people really feel concerning you. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. If you want to lie to yourself and act like it's not happening, then you're not going to progress in life. But if you tell yourself the truth, observe it, and adjust, then you're going to experience an increase in life. All right, Xander Case, thank you again for your donation, man. Let me read your comment, your super chat. Great live tonight, Matthew. Most women will put themselves in your vicinity for you to cold approach them anyway. Yes, sir. You have to read the signs. And when you have women that are super attracted to you on a regular basis, you know the signs. Okay. And see, that's how I know a lot of men are telling lies and they're not attractive as they portray themselves to be if they're afraid to cold approach. They say, oh, I only accept women who approach me. I only do that bunch of bullshit. Because if you're attractive, women are going to give you the signs. Matter of fact, it gets so vicious, man. Women will give you the stare of death. I've had women. I've walked up in spots. I've glanced at them. They're giving me the signs. They're looking at me. I look away. I look back. They're still looking at me, and they're pretty much saying, "You better bring your ass over here. This shit is yours." That's the signs. And then 10 minutes later, you're pulled around the back of the spot, and she's naked. Come on, man. That- if you know, man. Let's see. Goal. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. Right. That's no limit, man. Thank you so much. Do you think sexing men can have female friends? Yeah, I mean, two people can be around each other if one is not attracted to the other. But I'll put it like this, right? So, sex symbol men cannot have female friends that they're attracted to because they're in the way. A sex symbol man, his energy is reserved for women that are extremely attracted to him. He has other things going in his life that require his attention for those things to thrive, right? So the time that he spends with women is very calculated. If you have a limited amount of time because you're a visionary man, you're a man of purpose, of substance, of results. You don't have time to be in the space trying to turn a woman, turn her attraction towards you, influence her to look at you and say he's growing on me. You don't have time for that. So a true sex symbol man is only in the space of women that are extremely attracted to him because he doesn't have the time. Now, if there's a woman that's a benefit to him and he's a benefit to her and there's no sexual attraction, then yes, y'all can be friends. But if you're attracted to her and she's not attracted to you, she's not a friend. She's a memory if you're a true sex symbol man. She's a memory. She's out of there. But thank you again, Xander Cage. That's a great question as well. I mean, that was no limit zone. Thank you. Let's see. If geez, man, too much for this computer. If women are giving you the signs, doesn't that make it a warm approach? No. It's we have to get out the habit or the conditioning to talk about hot and warm. Okay. It's a sign, right? Even when you approach a woman, you still have to make sure that you all are on the same page. So just because a woman gives you a lustful look, it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee until you express to her what you're looking for and she says yes. She doesn't negotiate with you. She doesn't try to bargain with her pussy and leverage dates and negotiate. No, none of that stuff, man. An invitation is cool, but ultimately would allow a woman to remain in your space is pure obedience. Okay. So the invitation has to lead to obedience. Just like the woman who showed me her STD results at the bar without me even barely knowing her name, right? I still had to put a proposition in front of her, even though she was saying, let's go have sex, right? But when she showed me the STD results, I still had to say, hey, let's get up out of here. I still had to set it in motion. So be more concerned with the motion that she has to agree to as opposed to the look that she gave you in her eyes. All right, y'all. I want to stay on a little bit longer, man. And is anybody going to donate? Y'all going to keep me here, man. Y'all know I'm spitting this real game. Like I told you, this is what people pay me to coach them for, man. I'm answering your questions in real time, so show some love, man. Thank you to everyone who's shown love in the super chats and the cash app. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, man. But just continue to donate if you all want me to, keep this up for a little bit longer. Women are giving you the signs. Doesn't that make it a warm approach? Yeah, we already covered that. I mean, it's probable. I mean, the probability is a little higher, but like I said, you still have to give her some direction, instructions. You have to put a proposition in front of her that she has to agree to. Yes, sir. Joshua, let me clear this off. Joshua Bourne, man. Yes, keep encouraging people to show love and much love to you. This is why black men cheat. I would have to get some context on that. All right. And once again, my Cash App information is pinned to the top of the chat. My Cash App, PayPal, y'all hit that up, man. Don't forget the super chat. Keep me here, man. Hit my donation information. It is it's at the top of the chat. Women get confused and frustrated when they see a man with a sex. Oh shit, man. Women get confused and frustrated when they see a man with a sex man that doesn't want them because the society of man has raised the ego so hard. I think everybody wants a little cat. Yeah, man, you got to type that one again, man. Thank you for your comment. I'm just having trouble understanding that one, man. I think it was some maybe one question I didn't get to yet. I said I would come back to. Let me get to that one. Y'all make sure y'all donate, man. Keep me on here. Do you think it's possible for sexual men to have female friends? I've already covered that. Let's- okay. Hi, do you think I like you and I want you? Is it a good line? That's Eagle P76. Hi, do you think I like you and I want you is a good line? Yeah, a good line is whatever the hell you want to say, man. Like you know your truth, right? You know the experience that you want to have with a woman before you step to her. So you have to accept your truth. That's going to create the lines right there. That's going to create the natural speech. Your natural speech is the best pickup line, man. And so, yeah, till I like you, I find you very attractive and I want you. Hell yeah, that's a good line. If you see that woman and you're compelled to say that, then use it. Okay, we covered that one. Yeah, I think I've covered most of these comments, man. I want to stay on here just a little bit longer, man. So I want to see y'all continue to step up, man. Send another donation too. I can stick around for a little bit longer. Other than that, I'll probably wrap it up. If you all have any more questions, put them in the chat now. I'll be getting out of here in a little bit. Maybe give it another 10 minutes, man. I'm going to keep giving y'all this game, man. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for everyone who's been supporting my channel, staying engaged. I got some more of my best content coming your way, man. I appreciate each and every one of you all being here. Let's see what else we have. And once again, let me shout out again, Xander Cage. Thank you for your super chat. And No Limit Zoe, thank you for your super chat. And everybody who donated to the Cash App. Okay. Thank you so much. I can't see your individual donations right now, but thank you tremendously. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We just got one there. Shoxer 67. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate that. Okay. Shock, I'm gonna answer your question and I'm gonna get to the retype question from Pascal 615. Okay. The energy is more important than the line itself. Yes. Yes, Shock, sir. The energy. The energy has to create the line, man. Like the energy is the truth of the experience that you want to have with her and the fearlessness to express it, man. You have to spit that game in straight lines. Spitting game in straight lines is I'm not moving away from whatever I'm compelled to say to this woman, and you're completely detached from the outcome. A woman can't choose you until she meets you. So the line, her very first point of contact in terms of meeting you should be you speaking the truth of why you're there. then she can meet you. Okay, Pascal, why? Okay, women get confused and frustrated when they see sexy old man and they throw all the signs and signals. Okay, Smooth TV, thank you for your super chat. Thank you so much. Blessings to you as well, brethren. Let me get back to the question. Women get confused and frustrated when they see sexy old man and they throw all the signs of signals that they want him, but he never reciprocate because men have raised the ego women very high. A true sex symbol man isn't concerned about a woman's ego. He's just concerned about whether she wants the same experience that he wants to have with her. That's it, man. Sometimes when you operate in ego, see, a woman can throw you aside, right? And two things can happen. You can step to her and she'll reject you, or you can step to her and she'll be about whatever you're about, meaning she'll accept you, right? But a true sex symbol man is not worried about a woman's ego. He's worried about his agenda. And if the woman is not on his agenda, she's a memory. Sex symbol men don't get frustrated when a woman says no because she's a memory, because there's always a yes lurking around the corner. He has a yes in his life. He had a yes last week, the week before, the day before. If the fulfillment of the yeses linger in your life, then you don't feel the weight of a no. The weight of a no is felt of a man who's fearful. He's fearful because he hasn't had enough yeses. When you accumulate enough yeses, you're not afraid of a no. Because there's that woman that said no, she's not the last woman on earth. She's not the last vagina on earth. She's just a human being that said no, a woman that said no. And if you're used to getting yeses, then how do you feel the weight or the absence or the sting of a woman that told you no? She's a memory. So if you get out of your ego, you can step to a woman that gives you a sign and she might just say yes. Ego is going to rob you of experiences. The man who is not afraid to hear a no will always be in position to create a yes, man. So always ask yourself, am I making a fear-based proposition? Am I being led by fear, or am I being led by the possibility of what could be? And the possibility of what could be is always worth exploring. Ego is going to rob you of your best experiences, man. All right. The last time I've been to the DMV was a family reunion in 1991. Damn shame. I'm gonna get it together. Gotta come back, man. It's great times out here and a bunch of beautiful women everywhere. Pascal 615. Why do women act like y'all are enemies when you reject them? Because they convince themselves that the outcomes in their life are better than what they actually are. Once again, I'll say that again. They've convinced themselves that the outcomes in their life are better than what they actually are. A lot of women, they're in dismal positions in life because they're led by their egos. They refuse to improve for the things that they want. So they invite low quality man after low quality man into their life and into their space. That's what they do. And their egos are the refusal to grow up, the refusal to acknowledge that they have work to do. And so, since they're presenting the same version of themselves to life every day, they keep getting the same returns. That's why they're so. Um, that's why they feel rejection, because they convince themselves that they don't get rejected, but they've been rejected a million times in their life. They could have asked. See, men reject women in sometimes in very manipulative ways, right? So a woman can come to a man and say, I'm not going to have sex with you until we're in a relationship. Then that man, his heart has not connected to that woman. All he wants to do is get a piece of pussy. And he'll say, okay, I'll give you a relationship. And then 3 months goes down the line, 6 months goes down the line, and he's just coming over. He's trying to hit it, booty calls. He's not taking her on dates and all the stuff that comes along with the relationship that he promised to her. And she's saying, oh, your movements aren't aligning with your words. I don't want to do this anymore. Then he says, okay, I got my fill. I hit it enough times that he goes. And that woman won't accept that that man didn't was never in a relationship with her. He just wanted her for sex. And so women get rejected on very long-term plays from men and very manipulative plays from men. And so to get straight up rejection, a lot of men are afraid to give a woman straight up rejection because they always want to see, I just want to hit it at least once. I want to see what it's like. So that a lot of women you should reject because they show up in your space in an extremely disrespectful manner. They show up, with very low levels of energy and interest. So a lot of women are used to men bypassing that with the hope of getting some booty, and then they reject them on the back end. So for a man to love himself enough and be that self-aware that he rejects a woman on the front end when she's not giving him the level of interest that he's giving to her, then that man, of course, she's not going to like that because she's used to getting her rejection on the back end. And she can live with the back end rejection because she can sell it. She can say, well, at least I dated him. At least that man gave me something. But when you reject her and she was not able to extract anything from you, now she's looking at herself like, I thought I was at least supposed to get something out of this. So yeah, she's going to be very upset if you reject her because she convinced herself that the outcomes in her life are better than what they actually are. Shaka 67, appreciate you as well, brother. Smooth TV, thank you again. Who else do we have here? Flockademics, you and King 68 should collab on Miami Nightlight stream. I know y'all killing. Yeah, that would be some wild shit, man. I actually saw him when I was parking my car in DC. He was on Connecticut Ave. I was like, man, that looks like 6'8" right there. And he had like security around him and stuff, man. But that would be cool, man. I hope I can link up with that dude one day, man. Yes, sir. What's up, Ibra? Yeah, man. They stepped up, man. They can step up some more if they want to keep me here, man. Much love to you, Ibra. Good rapping to you the other day too, man. Margarita style. You know how we do it, man. Okay, Pascal, got you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you as well, brother. And Ibra, I'll be springing by sometime this week to chop it up with you. Corey Bands, am I shortchanging myself by approaching and giving my number, but not taking hers? I always say if she's feeling me, she'll reach out. Yeah, you're shortchanging yourself. Um, yeah, take control of the situation. Like women want to see leadership qualities in the men that they deal with, right? So when you step to a woman, you ask her for her number. And a lot of times that allows you to immediately assess her level of interest. If she willingly gives you her number and she doesn't say, "Oh, take my Instagram," and she doesn't give you no bullshit or nothing like that, then that's a sign that you're moving in the right direction and she has a good enough level of interest for you to explore. Like, there's no definites when it comes to talking to women when you first meet them. The things that happen with the interaction, like there's no definites. So you want to take charge of the situation. You want to show the woman that you have leadership qualities and that you're not fearful. See, a lot of times a man will give a woman his number, because he's afraid of rejection. He's afraid to ask a woman for her number. Find out what's in front of you. That's what fearless men do. They find out what's in front of them. And for you to ask a woman for her phone number, you're finding out what's in front of you. By giving by giving a woman your number, you're just guessing. You know, masculine men take charge of situations, and women gravitate towards masculine men. So you don't want to be fearful. You want to tap into your masculinity and take charge of the situation. So true. The title says it. Yes, sir. Pascal makes sense. Yes, sir. We keep spitting that game. This is Audible Wilcox. I don't know if King 68 is mentally sexually attracted man physically, but not. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on that. Because there's been other content creators who really know game that have like broken down some of his interactions and things like that. But when you have, let me put it like this, right? I'm gonna say something real right now. When you have a decided advantage, then hold up, man. Before I say what I'm about to say, man, y'all make sure y'all donate. I've been on here for an hour, man. Thank you to everyone who's donated. My Cash App information is pinned to the top of the chat, as well as you all can super chat as well, man. So I've been on here for an hour. Somebody step up, man. Somebody step up and send me a little something. But this is how it works. Or as far as like what you're talking about, King 6'8", right? You can have such an advantage that it covers a multitude of sins, but it ultimately will hurt you in the long run, right? So someone like King 6'8" the Great, like women, beautiful women step to him and say, "Here's my pussy," right? And he plays with the women. Like I watch his videos sometimes, like they'll be putting it on a platter. He's like, "Oh, where you live? Oh, I gotta come out there sometime." Like he bullshits a lot of women. Like this is just for entertainment for him. Like he probably has, chicks that he deals with behind the scenes, and you know, he probably plays it safe. And that's good for him because you just don't want to be out here reckless, just taking every piece of pussy that's thrown at you, right? And so when you have a decided advantage, like height, like 6'8", and he works on himself. So he's giving himself, like God gave him a decided advantage of height, and he gave himself the advantage of a physique. So you want to bring together the advantages that God gave you and the advantages that you can give yourself, and that's how you become a sex symbol. But to have advantages going for you as drastic and stark as King 6'8" the Great, your mind has to understand the magnitude of who you are and wish to come back. Listening to some of the game he spits on live streams, I think that he understands. He did talk about like reciprocation and things like that. I think he's waking up. I don't know if he's quite there yet, but I think he's waking up. And overall, he's doing a real good job, man. He's an amazing content creator. Flockademics, yes, man. Put some money with them questions, man. For sure. I'm giving y'all the real answers. Y'all know I'm spitting the best game in the game, man. Let me shout out Foster Noel 3. Thank you for the super chat, man. I will keep the wisdom going. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And that's Flockademics says put some money with them questions. Yes, sir, man. Y'all donate. I'm about to get up out of here, man. But y'all hit my cash app, man. Hit me one more time in the cash app, man. So we can keep this thing going, man. I want to go live maybe 2 more times this week. I'm going to try to schedule it in advance so that you all will be alerted. Make sure you all hit that notification bell, okay? So every time I go live, you all get notified. I see some more people in here this time, and I see more people have been hitting that notification bell, man. I will answer your questions. Y'all just got to show me some love and support, man. I'm telling y'all, this the guy. Yeah, I'm trying my best, bro. You're gonna continue to get my best. That's off the love, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, man. If somebody wants to donate real quick and keep me here so I can answer some more questions, I'll do that. But other than that, I'm about to go ahead and call this a night, man. I thank you all for spending some time with me. See, do you think it's possible for sex and men okay? That's way up in the chat. All right, that's it. But once again, thank you all for spending some time with me. I'll be back with you all very soon. I might go live tomorrow, Wednesday. Just keep that notification bell on so you know when I go live. I'll try to schedule it once again so you all have a little bit more advanced notice. I'm available for coaching. My coaching information, my email is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you want your 1 hour coaching sessions, I want you all to step up. If I can help you just like this answering questions, imagine how much progress you can make with me for an hour, okay? So if you're interested in coaching, just email me and put coaching in the subject line of the email. I'll get back to you. We'll set up the coaching. Like I said, my PayPal, Cash App information is there. Y'all make sure you continue to donate and stay close to the channel. And that's essentially it, man. Much love to everybody who was here. Appreciate your feedback, your support, man. I'm nothing without you all. And I appreciate you all for everything inside of me. Much love. Peace out.